Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. It's the big one. Who is going to get top four? I've looked at everybody's fixtures, I've predicted it, and it's going to be very interesting to see whether we get this right, because I want to put I want to put the pressure on Arsenal and Spurs. As a United fan, I want you to have the pressure, because I'll be absolutely honest, there's going to be so many twists and turns that we can't predict, but what we can do is look at the fixtures and say that these are the ones that are going to sway whether you get top four or whether you're not. And what I would say is that from the outset, I'm sorry to Wolves and West Ham. If I get proved wrong, I get proved wrong. But for me, it's between Arsenal, Spurs and Manchester United. We'll look at all their games, where we think they might slip up, what we think are going to be key fixtures and what we think they're going to get. But on West Ham and Wolves, I will qualify it by saying I think they've had very good seasons, but I don't think they're capable of getting 65 points. And I think if you want to be in the top four race, you've got to get to 65 points. And then if you get 70, I think you'll definitely get it. Any of these teams get 70 points, I think they've got it. We'll see who we think does do that. But I just don't think West Ham and Wolves can get to 65 points based on it's a very competitive end to the season for everybody. Having said that, if Arsenal, Spurs and Manchester United all hemorrhage points, then maybe West Ham and Wolves could slip in. But we're going to start off with Arsenal. Some people's favourites. No European football for them. No domestic cup football. It's all about the Premier League. They have got some difficult fixtures. They have got a real big chance of getting in the top four though. For me, if I was an Arsenal fan, I would look at it and I would say, you know what? We didn't buy a striker in January. You look at what Vlahovic is doing in January. They clearly wanted him. They should have had a backup, because ultimately, will they get top four next year? I think next year's top four is going to be a lot harder than this year. And this was the year that's wide open for Arsenal and Spurs to push Man United out. So let's have a look at Arsenal. Obviously, they've got 42 points at the moment, as it said, remaining fixtures there. We've got all their fixtures here. Some of them need to be rearranged, but we've got all of their remaining fixtures. Currently got 42 points, 3 games in hand on Manchester United and 3 points ahead of Spurs with the same amount of games left. They've got 15 left to play, Spurs and Arsenal. United have got 12. Make sure you smash a like on the video, by the way, because we put a lot of work into this video and I'm excited about it. So let's go through it. So Wolves on Thursday night. I think they'll win that. Difficult game, but I think they'll win that. Watford away is a key game for Arsenal. There's going to be some key games, but I've said that I think they'll get a draw away to Watford, because Watford under Hodgson seem to have sorted themselves out. Leicester at home, win. Liverpool away, loss. Aston Villa away, I think Villa are a tough team, draw. And you can already see that with Liverpool, where we're predicting they're going to get to is 66 points in the bottom left-hand corner. And Arsenal fans will be saying, well, look, straight away, he said we'll draw at Watford. He says we'll draw at Villa. He says we're going to draw at Palace. He says we're going to draw 3 of our next away games. Well, if you can win one of them, it's an extra 2 points, isn't it? Of course, you've still got to beat Leicester, like I've predicted, and Wolves. So it's changeable. But yeah, I think they'll draw at Palace. I think they'll beat Brighton at home. I think they'll draw again away to Southampton. I am chucking a lot of draws at Arsenal. I appreciate, I'm saying a lot of your away games are going to be draws. Manchester United at home, again, I think it'll be a draw. West Ham away, I've gone with a win. I don't know why. I fancy you to win at West Ham. I think Moyes tends to sit back and that might suit Arsenal. Leeds at home, I think you'll win. Newcastle away, I've said a loss. I know Arsenal fans are going to go mad here. They're going to go, I can see us getting to 70 points here. But look, I'm going with what I'm going. I think you'll lose away to Newcastle because I think they'll need to win. Everton at home, I think you'll win. Chelsea away, I think you'll lose. And then Spurs away, I think you'll draw. That puts Arsenal on 66 points. Now, that might be enough. If you're Arsenal fans, don't get stressed because I've got to do Spurs and United next. So I'm predicting Arsenal are going to get 66 points. Now, for every time I say they're going to draw, Watford away, Villa away, Palace away, Southampton away, I say you're going to get 4 points from 12. If you can get 7 points from 12, that's an extra 3 points. That's 69 points. However, will you beat Leicester at home? Will you beat Wolves at home on Thursday night? Will you go to West Ham and win? Will you get a draw against Man United, or will you lose that one? So there's give and take in both, but I agree I might be being a bit conservative with Arsenal. Some of those draws could turn to wins, and if they do, they could push to that magic 70 points. If they get 70 points, I think they'll get top 4. So I'm predicting 66 points for Arsenal. Get in the chat if you disagree. That's what it's all about. But I'm predicting 66 points for Arsenal. Ridiculously hard to predict 15 results, but I'm predicting 66 points. Now then, we set the bar at 66 points for Arsenal, which would mean, in fairness, they've got 15 games left, 45 points. I'm predicting out of the next 45 points, Arsenal, from their current position, are going to get 24. So they're going to drop nearly half their points. Arsenal fans might disagree with that. But maybe I've underestimated, maybe I've overestimated. I think as somebody observing Arsenal, I have to go off Arsenal. And what have Arsenal not been for 10 years? Consistent. You're going to have to be consistent. So 66 points. Da-da! I'm actually predicting United will get 66 points. So let's have a look at United. We've got 46 points. We've got 12 games to go. And I am predicting that we will take just 20 points from our next 36, which seems a lot of points to drop again. So maybe I'm being a bit conservative with United as well. So Watford is our next game at the weekend. I predict we'll win that. Then we've got Man City. I think we'll lose. Then we've got Spurs at home, where I actually think we'll beat Spurs. Then we've got Liverpool away, where I predict we'll lose. We then play Leicester at home, and this is a big game for United because I predicted we're going to draw this game. Obviously, if we win that game, you're adding 2 points onto the total, which makes 68. Everton away, Goodison Park, if we can win it, great. I think we'll draw. So that's another 2 points I'm saying we won't get. Norwich at home, easy win. Arsenal away, draw. Brentford at home, easy win. Brighton away, draw. Chelsea at home, draw. Crystal Palace, win. Where can Man United make more points? I think I've probably been a bit conservative on where we're going to drop. I wouldn't expect us to drop any more points than I've said there. I don't see where else we're dropping points. If I'm saying we're going to lose to Liverpool and City and we're going to draw at home to Leicester and we're going to draw away to Everton and we're going to draw away to Arsenal and we're going to draw at home to Chelsea, I don't see anywhere else we're going to drop points. I think Watford's a win. I think Spurs is a win. I think Norwich and Brentford are a win. And I think we'll win on the away to Palace on the last day of the season because Palace will be on the beach and we'll need to win. Where United can push themselves up to 70 points, and we know that Arsenal can do that from the previous one, I'm looking at games like Leicester at home. Win that, you get another 2 points, 68 points. And then I'm really looking at, can you get a shock win at Man City and Liverpool? Probably not, but you could get a win at Goodison Park and you could get a win at Brighton, and I think that is where United can push themselves up to 70. But I'm predicting 66, and I'd be very disappointed if United didn't hit 66. So I've got Arsenal on 66, I've got United on 66, in which case it would come down to goal difference. But there is a third team, and I tell you what, there might be a bit of a surprise here because it doesn't make any sense. Spurs, I'm predicting 67. Now, people are going to go mad. Man United fans are going to go mad. Arsenal fans are going to go mad. Probably West Ham fans are going to go mad, saying we'll finish above Spurs. And that's the beauty of Spurs. Predicting Spurs is ridiculous. It's like predicting the weather. You just don't know what's going to happen. And maybe with Arsenal and United, I've been a bit conservative. I could see both of those teams pushing to 70. But with Spurs, 67, let's go through it. Straight away I'm being a bit optimistic here, but Burnley and Leeds are Spurs' next 2 games, of which I think they will win both. I don't rate Leeds, and I think Burnley, which is tonight actually, which I'll be keeping an eye on when I'm doing United Atletico Madrid, I think it's a symbolic game for Spurs. If they drop points again, then forget what we're talking about here, really. But I think they'll beat Burnley. I think they'll beat Leeds. I think they'll draw at home to Everton because I think Spurs struggle at home. And, Spurs fans will be saying straight away, well, if we can beat them, we can beat them. I think they'll draw against Everton. I think they will lose at Old Trafford, which is, again, a pivotal game. Brighton away, I fancy them to win. I think Spurs away from home, as they showed at the Etihad, are a better team than they are at home. So I think they will beat Brighton. I think they'll beat West Ham because I think West Ham against the top 6, Moyes just sets them up wrong. So I think they will beat West Ham. I think they'll beat Newcastle as well. I think they'll lose to Villa away. So I'm being quite realistic here. I'm saying they'll lose to Man United. I'm saying they'll draw to Everton. I think they'll lose to Villa away as well. But I think they'll beat Brighton home and away. So that would be 6 points from that. I think they'll win at Brentford because they're away. I think they'll draw at home to Leicester. I think they'll lose away to Liverpool. I actually think they'll draw at home to Burnley but beat them away. I think they'll beat Norwich away, and I think they'll draw against Arsenal. And that would give them 67 points. Now, you know what? I don't think I've been over-optimistic with Spurs there. I actually think I've been quite harsh on them in some ways. I think they'll lose at Villa. I think they will draw at home to Leicester. I think they will draw at home to Burnley. I think that they will draw at home to Arsenal. I think they'll lose at United. I think they'll draw at home to Everton. But I'm expecting them to pick up big wins against Burnley and Leeds and Brighton, home and away. So, look, Spurs are the hardest of the three to predict. I've got them at 67 points. Obviously, I've got United at 66 and I've got Arsenal at 66. I want to know what you think, because ultimately, I, off my remaining fixtures prediction, would have Spurs winning it by 1 point. I'm happy as a United fan. Bloody hell, if it ends up 67, 66, 66, I know that's not going to happen. If you're telling me United might miss out on top four by goal difference or 1 point, I know with 12 games left or 15 left for Arsenal and Spurs, that if it's a 1 point prediction, that can spin any way you want it to, and I'm confident United can get in. But I'm also quite happy that, you know, Arsenal and Spurs, there's a bit of pressure on them because they're not in Europe and they have got fixtures where it's up for them. What I would say is, I don't think Spurs, although they've come out on top of this prediction, I don't know about you, but I don't think Spurs can hit 70 points. But as I said, I think I've been potentially conservative with United. I think there's another 3 or 4 points for United there that could get them up to 70. And the same with Arsenal. That run of draws I've predicted there against Watford away, Villa away, Palace away, Southampton away, if they can turn a couple of them into another 4 points, that gets them into 70 as well. So I think for Arsenal and United, the potential is to hit 70 points. For Spurs, I'm not so sure they can. So it's a very, very interesting / exciting top four race. And I think that as much as I'm predicting this, we're also saying that if these three teams start hemorrhaging points, that could pull West Ham or Wolves into it, because maybe 63 points will be enough for top four. Having said that, if one of these teams gets a few more points than I've predicted and gets to 70 points, they'll get fourth place. It's going to be a really, really interesting race. And, you know, although Spurs come out on top, I wouldn't want to call this. I really wouldn't want to call it. But look, all the fixtures are there. Pause it, write it down, get your predictions in the chat. I want to see what you come up with as the final points tally for these three. That was the whole point of the video, really. You've got it there. Just pause there. You've got the Spurs results, the Spurs fixtures and predictions there. They're on 39 points at the moment. You've got Man United, 46 points at the moment with their remaining fixtures. And pause it. You can write it down if you want. And then Arsenal, they're on 42 points, and that's their remaining fixtures. Get in the chat. What do you think? Please smash a like on the video and make sure you subscribe. Love this type of content on the channel, getting you all involved. I'll speak to you very soon, but what are your thoughts? And I'll speak to you all in a bit. Thanks for watching.